Hi there, welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to share with you a small Temu haul, a huge stencil haul, but I'll let you know what I'm planning to do with these stencils as we go through it. So yeah, let's have a look at what I got from Temu. So yeah, I got a whole bunch of stencils and I bought 2 of each of them, so we'll go through each one of them yet. And these nebula colored markers, they're like a highlighter, but they're not really a highlighter, so we'll go through that. And then these premium paint brushes, Lonely Finger premium watercolor brushes. So I did test these out. So this comes in a big variety of brushes, and it has care instructions on the back. So it's a nice assortment of large brushes and small brushes, and this is kind of what I played with. They held a lot of they held the water good, the paint, and you could actually go for quite a length of time in a brush stroke. So this was the large one. And then I just kind of tried out the different sizes to see how long I could make a line in the liner brushes. And yeah, I'm quite happy with these. For being something from Temu, you never know. And watercolor brushes are really expensive, so I've only been able to buy like a very few at a time. Like I'll buy maybe one professional watercolor brush at a time because they're anywhere from $20 to $60 a piece. So this is a pack of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, a pack of 13. So far I'm quite happy with them. I haven't tried to actually paint a painting with them yet, but I'll give them a try at a later date. But so far, from what I played with here, I'm quite happy with the results. And so those are the paintbrushes, and I'll try and link them in the bottom, or at least say the price of what they were. So that's that. And then these markers, I'm just going to grab a book. So these are glittery markers. Everything is written in Chinese, so yeah, so I can't tell you what colors they are, but this is kind of muted greens and a gray. So I'll take you through them, each one. And they're a chisel tip. So that is this one, and I'll try and link it in the bottom, which one it was, or at least put the price of it. So this is the gray, and it's kind of a silvery, I don't know if you can see, yeah, you can kind of see, it's really pretty, and you can write on top of it, so, and it doesn't bleed through, or it doesn't really bleed through, you can kind of see it, but this is like regular copy paper. So, and then you can write over top of it, so if we write, it writes very nicely on top of it. So for a journal, you could do some color blocking, or some blocks of color. And this one is kind of like a sagey, or more of a, well, I guess it's more green than anything. The glitter isn't as prominent on that one, but there is a slight glitter, and it may just be where the glitter is in the bottle, like you may have to shake these or something, I don't know. And then there is this lighter green. So this one you can really see the glitter, the shimmer. They're really cool. I didn't get all the colors, I wanted to try them first, so I just got the pack of greens. I tried to figure out which I would probably use the most. So, and then there's kind of this darker green, not as glittery. And again, that could just be where the glitter is located inside the marker, that it just needs to be used more. And then this pack of kind of peach and berry colors. gold color. It's got a nice shimmer to it. And then kind of a lighter, kind of peachy color. And then this kind of a grayish pink. Kind of leans more purpley. And then the darker one, which is like a nice berry color. And they all have a lot of shimmer to them. Quite a bit of shimmer. So I thought these were really nice. And yeah, like because this is just copy paper, you can see them through there, but I bet if you had a higher quality paper, you probably wouldn't be able to see it. Alright, so those are those markers. And I'll try and link them in the description box below. I'm not sponsored by them in any way, but I know some of you have asked how much some of them are or where. Okay, so let's get on to the stencils. So the reason why I bought the stencils is I wanted to tea dye some paper, and I saw that you could you tea dye your paper and then you set the stencil on top, and then the way when the water dries, it kind of dries into the shapes of the stencil. So I got these border ones, and the idea is that I was thinking I bought 2 of each so that I could have, when I'm making my junk journal, I can have a stencil on each side. So, or it shaped on each side. So if I succeed in that, I will post pictures at the end of this video. So make sure you watch till the end. So it would kind of be like this, so that when you fold your journal page, you'd have this design on each of the pages. And so yeah, this is the first design. And it was a pack of, oh, I'm not even sure. But I've got a stack like this, so this is 2 of each. So this is the second design. This is the third design. I thought this would look just really nice on the edge of a paper, like that. And then of course there's ones that I don't know if I would use. I might use it. Might look alright. We'll give it a try. I'm too impatient. I was too impatient today, so I didn't do my tea dyeing the way I usually do it, which is by dunking the paper in the tea solution and then setting it out to dry. So there's these ones. This one is probably my favorite. This should look really, really nice if it works. And then the flowers with the border. This kind of chandelier looking design. A little bit bigger of a print. This one might work better if you did it this way, and then this would be on the fold, so you kind of have the design kind of halfway through. Classic design. And I usually work with 8.5 by 11 papers, so these work perfectly for that size. And if they don't work for the tea dyeing, they'd work great for stenciling. There's all kinds of uses. You can use your modeling paste with it. Get some texture, be great for covers. And then I have these full 8.5 by 11 sheets. And I got 2 of each, just so I could do more than one paper at a time with it. It's a very lacy design. I really like that design, and I have 2 of those. So, and then there's this flowery design. There's 2 of those, and then this filigree with some kind of flower on there. And yeah, so stay tuned and I will show you what the finished tea-dyed papers look like. So I thought I'd throw in a small clip of the papers drying and how I have the stencils on top of them, and stay tuned to see the finished result. Alright, so I am back with the tea-dyed paper with the stencils. Some of them turned out okay, some of them not so much. If I would have made a darker brew, that might have helped, but I don't mind that they're a little bit subtle. So anyways, this was this design, and hopefully you'll be able to see it on the paper. So it's very subtle design on that one. And then this was a little bit bolder, so this is the fleur-de-lis one. And that is how that turned out. So folded to make the journal. Kind of has a nice dark band. Kind of like the way this one turned out. So, and then on the other side it did show up a little bit lighter. And then we have this design, which is the daisy. I'm going to call it the daisy. And again, very subtle. And again, you have this strip, which is okay, but I like the way the edge turned out. You can kind of see the flower design. I hope you can see it. And basically what I did is I put it in a flat container and I soaked each paper till they were totally wet, and then put the stencil on top of it, which I showed you before, just some of them as they were drying. I was a little impatient, so I did kind of remove them before the paper was completely dry, but I think all the pooling that was going to happen in the stencil happened. So hopefully you can see that. And then this is this, I don't know, it's almost like a hibiscus flower. That's this one. So again, the paper may have dried a little bit faster than it could capture the image of the stencil. So there's that one. And then this one turned out really good. This is the lattice work one. I don't know if you can see that. And yeah, I put each stencil on each side of the paper so that when you fold this paper for the journal, then you've got this nice design on one side. And it did show up on the back side too. So this one turned out pretty good. I don't know if you can see it. I hope you can. I'm trying to see on a very tiny screen. And then this is this, I don't know what this, almost like a splash design. Tulips and splashes, I don't know. Fountain, maybe is what we could call it. This one was a little bit more subtle, which is okay. You can still see the design, and you can definitely see the strip. And everywhere the stencil plastic was, that's the lighter area, and it pulled into the recesses of the stencil. And then we have this pretty vintage floral. And this one was pretty subtle, like I can't really see these flowers that well, but the rest you can. You can definitely see the leaves. So again, I probably didn't have contact with the paper as much as I should have. And then the back side is very, very subtle. So yeah, when you fold these, you are going to see both sides. So, and then we have this scroll work pattern. I don't know if you can see it. And again, you can see that the tea was a little bit more concentrated, but you can definitely see the design quite well through it. And on the back side, it's a little bit more modeled. And then this design, kind of more scrolls. And that one turned out good on one side. On this side you can see a little bit better. I hope you can see it. And this other side is very light. And then we have the damask pattern. And that turned out very lacy. So yeah, you can do this with any stencils. So whatever stencils you have. And it'll just, basically where the plastic is, it'll resist and it'll pool in the stencil area. So very subtle on the back side. And then we have the roses. And that one I put this way, which I thought it looked really pretty actually that way. Very subtle on the back side, but you can definitely see the borders. That's the roses. And then this is the, I'm calling it the chandelier, because it's got these kind of chandelier loops. And that one turned out alright. Not as defined on the fleur-de-lis filigree kind of background, but still a nice design. And again, I did it across this way instead of this way. And then we have the full sheet. So this is the more filigree design. So I should have grabbed my black cardstock again. So both of these did turn out very, very subtle, so I can't see all the detail, but it's there. And this one was a little bit less. So I don't know if it was just not good contact on the paper or what. So this is the flower design. And this one didn't turn out very well at all. You can barely see it on there, and I only got one sheet. The other one didn't turn out. And then we have this lace pattern. And that is not too bad. I would have liked it a little bit more defined. So I don't know if it's the stencil just didn't have enough contact on the paper, or what exactly happened that it didn't give a good impression. But you do kind of see some of the lace elements, but they're faint. And then we have the all over roses. And again, very faint. So the large stencils I will have to figure out a little bit more. Like it might be something that they just spray over top later, or because I do put I've mixed up some tea and I put it in a spray bottle so you can just spray it. So this is very subtle. The back side is just a mottled kind of tea stain. And this one turned out a little bit better. You can kind of see the roses. And then these are all the fails, so I don't even know which ones these were. You can kind of see the impressions of whatever I had on top of it, but not really a change in color. And yeah, so that was that. But anyways, that is what I had intended for the stencils, and I'm happy with it and stuff. I'll have to play around a little bit more. So maybe once, if I leave the stencils on, let them dry, of course it's going to take a while to let them dry. Maybe go over it with a spray just to make it a little bit more defined. And yeah, I did try stacking, like I did the paper and then the stencil and then another paper on top of it to see if the paper on top would take the pattern, but it did not. So I'm not sure if you can stack these, if that would make a difference or not, or if it would just get muddled. I'll have to play around with it. And to clean these, all I did was I took the same container that I had dunked all my papers in and just put a little bit of bleach water in there, and then just put these in there, and then it takes the tea stains off. If you would like to keep your stencils clean, I kind of like to keep my stencils clean. So yeah, I will have links in the description box below for the stencils that I used. The borders definitely works better than the full size, but I'll play around with that a little bit more and see if I can't get a better impression on the full size stencils. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.